Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network.
Thank you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your man, Darrell, Owens, and we are here live at the Siegel Center to bring you today's broadcast as the Richmond Spiders, the 17-4 Richmond Spiders, a team that went 6-0 in the month of January and looking to get things started on the right foot here in February. Then on top of that, they're going to be taking on the VCU Rams, 8-14, 4-6 in the Atlantic 10, still trying to get things going. The last time these two teams faced off, we saw a VCU team. They scored early, and then after that, they never got the lead back. Richmond went on a tear in the first quarter, and they just kept extending the lead in front of a crowd of 5,000. It was just a really tough goal for VCU. Now today, part 2 of the hashtag Battle of the 804 here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network, and it'll be fun to see if VCU can try to punch Richmond in the mouth and make things happen on their front. Look, coming into this game, VCU is a heavy underdog. So we're going to see if they're able to make that happen. The starting lineups are happening now as we speak. Starting for the Richmond Spiders at the guard, Alicia Newell, averaging 7.8 points per game. Ali Sweeney, one of the best point guards in the Atlantic 10, averaging 10.5 points per game with 3 rebounds. Rachel Olstrom, averaging 15.4 points a game. Rachel has been on a tear lately. We've seen her become the Atlantic 10 Player of the Week, and just a couple weeks ago after her performance against VCU and against Dayton, and she's looking to continue her hot streak right now. Then on top of that, we're going to see Tiara Simon, the former St. Louis prodigy, now over here at Richmond. She's bringing that veteran presence. Then we see Maggie Dugan. Maggie Dugan is one of the best players in the country, averaging 22.7 points per game. So we're going to see what Dugan can bring to the floor today and see if she can continue her hot streak. For VCU, we have Soraya Griffin. In the last broadcast that we had a chance to do, Griffin had herself a day with 18 points, getting the win over George Washington after a very furious George Washington comeback. And then we have Deja Preston at the other guard position, along with Leah Crespin. So those will be the other 2 guards for VCU. Now, as we talked about before, no Maria Ana Asari. She is gone for the season. A very tough blow for VCU. And then they'll have Ann Zachariah as one of the 4 positions. She's averaging 5.2 points per game. And the young lady in the middle, Lucia Sotelo, she's averaging 2.8 points per game. These two teams have met 95 times. 95 times, with Richmond having a slight edge, 48-47. And, you know, it was a battle. It's always been a battle. We've been doing these games now since 2018. And so every game gets a little bit more tough each time. Now, VCU, like I said, come into this game as a heavy underdog. But you never know in these battles. Today they're doing the support her initiative for VCU, so you know that these young ladies are going to come out and fire it up just a little bit to try to get things going in their favor. But it should be a really good one. Now, me personally, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very, very tough road for VCU. But with this crowd behind them, you never know. It is the Atlantic 10, and anything can happen in Atlantic 10 women's basketball. Once again, everybody, I'm Darrell on LegacyMaker Sports Network. I'm going to switch off. We'll be back at the halftime to kind of give you an update on where everything is. But now we'll send you over to the broadcast and see how things go. I'm Darrell Owens. I'm bringing you the audio broadcast for the LegacyMaker Sports Network today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. The hashtag Battle of the 804, Part 2, going down right now here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. The starters have been announced. We got the Richmond Spiders rocking the red uniforms today with the blue trim and blue lettering. The Rams rocking the white uniforms with the gold trim. As Sotelo and Dugan will battle here at the tip-off. Who's going to win this one? Can the Rams shock the Spiders here today? And you can hear the Peppers in the background. One of the best bands in the Atlantic 10. And the tip goes off of the fingers of Sotelo, then off of Dugan. And Soraya Griffin gets possession of the basketball. Her layup is off the glass and a rebound for Richmond. The Spiders are going to try to get things going early as Alicia Newell driving to the basket off the glass, hits the back of the rim, rebound by Ann Zachariah. And Zachariah will give it to Crespin. Crespin behind the back, being guarded by Newell. Crespin driving a little bit of trouble there, gives it over to Preston. Now Preston to the top, elbow jumper, can't get it to go, and a rebound by Dugan, hands it off to Newell. Alicia Newell has really showed up and showed out the last couple of weeks. To be honest with you, this entire season for the Richmond Spiders. Over to Sweeney, Sweeney to Dugan. Dugan takes a couple of steps, gets locked up there by Sotelo, over to Simon, who's being guarded by Crespin. Simon using the size advantage, had a chance there to put the first 2 points on the board for the Spiders, but it goes off the front of the rim. Great job by Crespin on the defensive front. Crespin and Zachariah, her three takes 2 bounces off the rim and a rebound by Newell, and she's going to get fouled by Sotelo. So it will be Richmond basketball. Dugan will get it into Sweeney. Sweeney will give it off to Simon, being guarded by Zachariah. Simon over to Sweeney. Now Sweeney driving. Kick it over to Dugan. Dugan driving, pull-up jumper from the baseline, knocks it down. Maggie Dugan gets the first points of this contest. Spiders up 2-0. Griffin with possession. Here for the Rams, over to Zachariah. She takes a couple dribbles to the wing. We'll give it over to Preston. Now Preston backs out to the wing herself. Over to Sotelo at the top of key. The give and go to Griffin off the glass, and it will not go. A rebound by Allie Sweeney. Spiders up 2-0. Sweeney finds Ahlstrom, who works from the wing to the block. Preston giving it her best effort. And we've got some contact there. This one is going to be on Deja Preston. And that should send Rachel Ahlstrom to the free throw line. We talked a little bit about how well Rachel Ahlstrom has played this season. And, you know, and in most teams, she would be their #1 player. In most teams, you know, she probably would be their best player, hands down. They have such a great dynamic here at Richmond with Ostrom and Maggie Dugan. Their partnership is just a phenomenal thing to watch. How well they both play and how they feed off of each other. Richmond has something special going with these two young ladies, as Ostrom knocked down both free throws, and now VCU has possession of the basketball. Zachariah at the top, gives it over to Preston on the wing. Being guarded by Ostrom. Back to Crespin at the top. Over to Preston on the wing to Griffin in the corner, who now drives the baseline against Newell, and is stolen away by Allie Sweeney. Sweeney pressing it up the floor. Thought about going to the basket. Pops it over to Newell in the corner, who drives towards the paint. Decides to pull it back out. Over to Sweeney at the top of the key. Back to Newell for three. Alicia Newell's three is no good. Rebound by Ostrom. Now over to Simon on the wing. Back to Sweeney. Sweeney dribbling on the far wing. In between the legs, working against Crespin. Over to Newell for three. Newell's three won't go. A second opportunity won't go down for Alicia Newell. Rebound Rams. Crespin off the floor to Griffin. Hands it off to Preston off the glass for two, and VCU gets on the board. 4-2. Sweeney will pull the three. Allie Sweeney's three is no good. Rebound by Newell. Both teams shooting 1 for 5 to get things started. Newell driving to the basket against Crespin. Over to Ostrom. Inside to Dugan, trying to get her first points of the game, and there's some contact on that one, and that's going to be against Griffin. And that's going to be her first. And we'll see Maggie Dugan head to the free throw line. Maggie Dugan, who comes into this game as a 85% free throw shooter, or 85.9, might as well say 86. And Maggie Dugan's season has been phenomenal, averaging 22.7 points per game. She's one of the top 10 scorers in the nation. And she knocks down the first. And she is having a phenomenal year, making a strong case to be an All-American. And try to maybe even get her second straight Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. And she knocks down both free throws. VCU has the basketball. Preston driving along the baseline, sees Kanerzovic, who thought about the three, then decided to step in and pull up for the jumper, and it does not go. And now we see Deja Preston diving on the ground, but it will go out of bounds, and it will be Richmond basketball, as Dugan will take it out here near the scores table. So Raya Griffin will come out of the game, and Ty Williams will make her way into the game. 6-2 Richmond. Allie Sweeney hands it off to Newell. Newell will take a couple dribbles, give it to Dugan, and now Sam Dewey is in the game. Sam Dewey, what a great pass to Maggie Dugan. Beautiful give and go as Dewey gets the assist, and Dugan now has 4. VCU trying to get some points as Lucy Geifen is now in the game. Her shot inside does not go. Richmond taking it up the floor, and a traveling violation on Dewey. Crespin will give it off to Ty Williams. Big game here for VCU as they continue to try to climb out of the hole they have here in the A-10. But 4 wins in the A-10 so far, sitting at 11. As Kanerzovic tries to get the baby jumper, doesn't go. Rebound by Dugan. VCU right now 11th in the Atlantic 10. Richmond sitting at 3rd. And Alicia Newell will hand it off to Dewey. Dewey's in trouble. Great defense by Preston. A steal by Crespin. all the way, finds Knezevich driving with the left for two. 8-4. Great job by Knezevich. Now they need her to show up and show out in this game. In the last contest, Knezevich only had 4, and she did not score those 4 points until the very end of the game, that last minute. And so they're going to need a lot of her today, along with the Soraya Griffins of the world, to see if they can get things going. All right, everybody, we are at our media timeout. At the media timeout, Richmond up 8-4 over VCU here. We'll be back here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network in just a little bit. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses, about 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Richmond has the basketball, up 8-4 over VCU. Dugan will hand it off to Ava Perchetti, who is now in the game, one of the wonderful freshmen for Richmond. Dewey trying to get the ball inside of Dugan. It's taken away by Ty Williams. Ty Williams up the floor to Preston. Preston trying to get it to Geifin, and she runs into a Dewey roadblock there. Lost control of the basketball. VCU has the basketball inside to Knezevich. Can't get it to go. A second opportunity goes down. It's an 8-6 game. And inside for two. Maggie Dugan is on a nice little tear to get things started. She's got 8 points. As Griffin gets it inside to Deja Preston for two. So we got a tight one to get things started here. And now you see Richmond with the basketball. Dugan's three, no good. Rebound, Ty Williams. And here's a chance to tie this game up. Williams has it, looks inside to Geifen against Dugan, and she knocks it down 10-10. And so it's a tie ball game as Ulstrom being guarded by Griffin. Trying to work something. Try to give it off to Dugan, almost lost control of it. Hands off to Sweeney. Sweeney swings it over to Pachetti, back to Sweeney. Now driving to the basket with the right hand for two. A great job by Ali Sweeney. 12-10. Now Griffin being guarded by Pachetti. Drops it over to Williams. And now Williams using the Geifen pick. Thought about shooting it, gives it over to Knežević, working against Dugan. Pull up, jumper, knockdown. The baby jumper, 12-12. VCU is 3 out of their last 3. And now Dugan trying to fire right back with the left. And it's starting to become fast and furious in this one. 14-12, Richmond up. Oh, and to the basket, and Deja Preston is holding her knee, and that is not something that you want to see if you're the VCU faithful. They're already dealing with a lot of injuries. We've seen them lose Mariana Asari already, and they've lost Augustin for the year, and now your other starting guard, Deja Preston, is in pain underneath the VCU basket. And we hope that she's okay. So while they're checking in on her, we'll be back here in just a second on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. 14-12, Richmond up. You're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Are back from the injury timeout. Deja Preston, they were able to get her up. She's walking off the court with a limp. They're going to take her to the back to get her checked out. Tough loss there for VCU if they can't get Preston back. Preston has 4 points in this one so far. But Crespin will head to the free throw line to take the free throws for Preston, and she misses the first. Crespin is a 82% free throw shooter. And she knocks down the second. 14-13, VCU down by 1 to Richmond. Sweeney. And we've got a foul on the floor against VCU. That one's going to get called on Ann Zachariah. As Dugan will head to the free throw line. And this is for the second trip. She's 3 for 3. And looking to make it 4 for 4, and she does. 16-13. Crespin has it for VCU, brings it up the floor, being guarded by Rain Wright, who is now in the contest for Richmond. One of the dynamic freshmen. Crespin will get it over to Griffin, who gets in trouble in the corner, backs it out to McKenna White, who's now in the contest, swings it to the wing to Zachariah, and we've got a traveling violation against Zachariah. It'll be Richmond basketball up 16-13. Dugan gives it off to Sweeney. She takes it near the VCU bench on the wing. Pump fake, gets in a little trouble, lost her footing. Gives it over to Dugan, being guarded by Zachariah. Dugan trying to get something going, is poked away by Zachariah. Somehow Richmond got the basketball. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and it's going to stay here. It was kicked by VCU. And that's going to reset the shot clock to 20. Prochetti will get it in to Sweeney. Less than a minute left here in the first quarter. And a good first quarter has been Tiara Simon for three. Knocks it down, Tiara Simon. She is the one I've said all year long, if she gets going the way Richmond wants her to get going, when Atlantic 10 time and NCAA tournament time comes, that's where a problem is going to start for any team that has to deal with Richmond. And Dugan will come out as Sam Dewey will return back in. So on the floor right now for Richmond is Simon, Sweeney, Dewey, Prochetti, and Wright. On the floor for VCU is Williams, Griffin, Crespin, White, and Zachariah along with White, who looks inside for two. McKenna White knocks it down. It's 19-15. Sweeney will have possession here, getting some instruction from Coach Aaron Russell, who just a few games ago got his 450th career win. Closing in on the Richmond all-time record for coaches. Sweeney thought about it, swings it to Wright, and that's going to be a traveling violation on Rain Wright. She tried to make something happen there at the last second, and she took that step just before. Looking in, Sweeney, and she had a chance at, that was Griffin who had a chance at it for VCU. It was a long 2 seconds, but she got it up the floor and still got it off the glass. But that will send us to the second quarter with the score. The Richmond Spiders 19, the VCU Rams 15. We'll be back here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network in just a little bit. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city.